And little did Sarah Winchester herself realize what a Pandora's box she opened the day she went to visit a spiritualist. She became a slave to paranormal forces she didn't fully understand.
Hi everyone, it's Jessica, and today I'm gonna tell you the story of a haunted mansion and a woman who was doomed by the spirits who inhabited it. The woman I'm referring to is Sarah Pardee Winchester, and the house is one of the most haunted houses in the United States, the Winchester Mystery House. The story dates back to 1862 when Sarah Pardee married William Wirt Winchester, heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. And they say that the story starts when Sarah got married because in my opinion that's the exact time when her destiny was sealed. Like, imagine being married to the cause of so many deaths. In fact, William was the treasurer of a company who was making thousands of rifles that were killing so many people. So all that negative energy attached to the Winchester name, when Sarah got married to a Winchester, basically she attached that energy also to her. It cannot be a coincidence if after her marriage her life started to crumble down. Like, actually it crumbled down. In 1865, Sarah gave birth to a baby girl, Annie Pardee Winchester, who died only 1 month after. And yes, it could be a coincidence, but bear with me. Between the fall of 1880 and the spring of 1881, her father-in-law and also her husband died. But that's not all. In fact, 3 years after, her eldest sister died. You can be unlucky how much you want, but don't tell me this is a coincidence or just unluck. Around this time, Sarah was also diagnosed with arthritis, and the doctor suggested her a warmer and drier climate. That's why she moved from New Haven in Connecticut to San Jose in California. And there she was living her Californian dream.
Yes.
To California.
Okay, so there she found a 45-acre ranch, which included also a 2-story, 8-room farmhouse. She bought it, and that is what today is known as the Winchester Mystery House. And this is where the story gets juicy. So one day Sarah went to a medium in Boston. It was pretty usual at that time to go to mediums, psychics, held seances in your house, and we love that spooky stuff, spiritual, spooky, scary, paranormal stuff. I know you love that. So she went to a medium who told her that she and her family were being haunted by the ghost of people killed by the Winchester rifles. But there's more. The medium told Sarah, "You have to keep constructing the house for the ghosts and never complete the project. If you stop constructing, you will die." And that's what she did. Sarah Winchester kept constructing the same house for 38 years straight, non-stop, till she died eventually at the age of 83 years old in 1922. So you may think the house must be enormous, gigantic, huge, because she kept constructing it for 38 years. Well, at its largest, the house had 500 rooms. 500 rooms! It's almost bigger than the White House. But then in 1906, the San Francisco earthquake destroyed part of the house. There was a 7-story tower that got destroyed, and also most of the chimney collapsed. One entire wing was destroyed, along with the 3rd and 4th story additions. But nevertheless, when Sarah Winchester died, the house was still huge. It had 160 rooms, 2,000 doors, 10,000 windows, 10,000 windows. 47 stairways, 47 fireplaces, 13 bathrooms, and 6 kitchens. I can't even process it. But this is not even the craziest thing about the Winchester Mystery House. In fact, not only did Sarah keep building this huge mansion for 38 years non-stop, but she also built it the way spirits told her to.
Sarah Winchester was receiving bizarre building instructions from supernatural beings who threatened to do her harm unless she obeyed.
And how did she contact spirits, you may ask? Well, there's this room that's called the Blue Room that's in the center of the house that has one entrance and 3 exits. I don't know why it was built that way, maybe to confuse spirits, I don't know. But Sarah was the only one who had the key to that room. And every single night, around midnight, Sarah rang a bell in order to summon spirits. And then she talked with them for 2 hours, and the spirits told her what she needed to do the next day, like what type of construction she needed to do in that house. And then at 2 a.m. she rang the bell again in order to end the seance. This thing went on for 38 years. Like, imagine every single night for 38 years. Let me make a quick calculation of how many seances Sarah Winchester held in that house. It's 13,870 seances that Sarah Winchester held in that house. And I didn't even add the leap years. So now to the question, were ghosts good architects? I'm gonna let you decide. So in the house you can find doors and windows that open to nothing, stairs that end in a ceiling, interior barred windows, trap doors in the floor, and unusually shallow stairs. So there's a stairway that has 44 steps, but it only rises 10 feet. So like the steps are this height. It's not the size that matters. So some people say that that stairway was built that way because of Sarah's arthritis. So with really tiny steps, it was easier for Sarah to go up the stairs. But apart from that, why did Sarah build such a confusing house that ended up being a maze pretty much? So there are 3 explanations. The first one is that Sarah decided to build the house like a maze in order to confuse the spirits and keep them from harming her. In fact, inside the house there are also secret passageways that Sarah used to go from one room to another so that no spirits could follow her. That's crazy. That's also smart.
That's smart.
The second explanation is that Sarah was just fulfilling the ghost's desires. After all, she was holding seances every single night in order to talk with the spirits and create a house for them. It was also probably her way to do something good for those people who had been killed by the Winchester rifles. In fact, Sarah was probably also experiencing tremendous guilt for the huge inheritance that she got. And if we want to talk about numbers, the inheritance was of $20 million. That's about $500 million of today. But there's another shocking number. Sarah Winchester earned every single day a passive income of $1,000. That's about $26,000 of today. And now we're left with the third and final explanation for why Sarah decided to create such a crazy house. And the explanation is that Sarah was crazy. So at some point her health got worse and she started becoming more reclusive and private. So people in the community started talking, there was more gossip around Sarah, and that gossip fueled the rumor that Sarah was superstitious and basically crazy. And this leads us to the debunks. So some people say that the doors and windows that open to nothing are just a result of the 1906 earthquake. So for example, a door that was between 2 rooms, when a room got destroyed, like the doors is still there and that door leads to nothing, but because that room is not there anymore. And another thing they say in order to explain why the Winchester Mystery House was built that way is that Sarah was a little bit undecided as a person. So she used to build something and then destroy it and rebuild it again if the result did not meet her expectations. For example, the 7-story tower was torn down and rebuilt 16 times. But all these logical explanations don't actually justify the paranormal activity that go on inside the mansion. And they don't even explain why the Winchester Mystery House appears in pretty much every single list of most haunted houses of America. In fact, there's been reports of unexplained cold spots, footsteps, cooking smells, odd sounds, whispering, and doors and windows slamming. But that's not all. In Sarah's bedroom, that's known to be the most active space, a group of investigators saw a red ball of light that seemed to explode and then fade. If that's not paranormal, I don't know what it is. and another psychic saw two people dressed as servants in the corner. Bear in mind that Sarah's bedroom is also the place where she died. But can we talk about what happened in 1975? Because that's pretty crazy. On the 31st of October 1975, a psychic and a medium held a seance in Sarah Winchester's bedroom. The psychic said she felt Mr. Winchester's overpowering spirit. And what's even crazier is that reports said that the psychic seemed to be aging, like they saw little wrinkles on her face and her hair becoming grey. So, I was thinking, why not doing a seance? Try to make contact with spirits and see if they can help me build a house. Are we ready for the seance? As you can probably tell, we are in the blue room, and we also have 13 candles because Sarah Winchester, as you remember, loves the number 13. So I wanted to recreate a little bit of the atmosphere of that. I don't know if that works, but we're gonna try it. And also here I have the spirit box. So, plan of attack. I'm gonna blindfold myself. I wish there was someone to blindfold me, but no, there's not.
I'm lonely.
Here I have a piece of paper and a pen. I'm gonna try automatic writing or whatever it's called. And while I'm drawing with the help of ghosts that hopefully will control my hand, I'm gonna let this run. So I hope that the spirits will also talk with us tonight. Today it's actually a 4. Okay, I still have to tell you this. I'm a little bit of a fraud because it should have been midnight, but it's actually, you can see it, but it's actually 5 p.m. But I checked on the internet and it's midnight in Australia, so we should be good. I was about to forget the most important thing. If there is any good spirit here that wants to communicate with me, please communicate through the spirit box that's this device. Or use my hand. Just use my hand in order to draw or write anything you want. I need to build a house, so if you have a favorite piece of furniture that you would like me to draw, please do it. Like, tell me. Just gonna... What the fuck? Can you see it? Tell me this doesn't look like the United States. I drew something else, but I don't know what this looks like, so if you have any idea, please let me know in the comments. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I will see you in another spooky one. Bye guys!